I'm delighted to be on My Magical Thing with Peter Mark Adams, author, poet, essayist, specializing in ethnography and the visuality of ritual, sacred landscape, esotericism, consciousness, and healing. Peter, it's lovely to have you here.
Lovely to see you, Julian.
Well, my friend, please may we see your magical thing?
Okay, let me just try and bring this into focus. How is that?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe back a tad. Just a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's very good. So I'm looking at a dragon. I can't see how many claws, whether it's celestial or earthly. But yes, fantastic. Peter, pray tell us the story of this miraculous
Yeah, this
magical being.
this artifact found me. It came from one of the big annual initiations of the time deity, and it was brought to me as a present. And it's accompanied me for the last 20 odd years now. And as these things go, there's sometimes a convergence or a crossover between worlds, so that its appearance or manifestation in my life is closely associated with the onset of a whole series of works, uh, actually starting with a work which remains unpublished on the five elements of the Chinese tradition. It's an Eastern dragon for sure. But moving on to the game of Saturn and then Mistai, Hagia Sophia, Sanctum of Cronus, they're all informed by the draconian current in one way or another.
Mhm.
And so this has been like a totem of that current. And for each book, it manifests itself in a very specific way, so that the physical presentation of the dragon and the manifestation of it as a current beneath the work has a very curious overlap, a crossing over, and a kind of infusing the work with a certain urgency, a certain intensity. So it's a very bizarre relationship.
If you could, let's have another little look, and maybe you could tell us the story about how this miraculous thing came into your possession. You were given this as part of
Yeah,
an initiatory process, you
yeah.
said.
Well, I was given
Oh,
it by an initiate of
ah,
the time deity itself, and they selected this and brought it back for me. And it's this beautiful artifact that wonderfully combines the energy of the draconian current with the pearl, which is pure illumined consciousness in this tradition.
mm,
And it ties into my life in so many ways. You know, early on, I was very much engaged with Eastern practices, both Tai Chi, Shotokan karate, even transcendental meditation decades ago. So the extension of that interest into the Western esoteric tradition has been ongoing the last 25 years. Um, so I've just recently completed a work on the iconography of Mithraism, for instance, which many people don't recognize as a manifestation of the draconian current. But that book will hopefully unpack that. Similarly, the game of Saturn unpacked the draconian performative praxis embedded in the solar buscatherapy, for instance, or the like serpentine dimensions of Dionysus within Mistai. So I very much am drawn to the performative contexts and the restoration of those contexts in my work. And as I say, each work is kind of associated with a very intense and distinctive manifestation of the corresponding energies. So each work is truly talismanic. And of course, we have Scarlet imprint. So thank for the realization of that vision. And so I go on now. I think my future works will look towards Egypt and towards the cult of Ammon, as like the root of the draconian current informing European esotericism.
I look forward to that. And presumably, this dragon lives on the desk as you produce and
Yeah,
research.
yeah.
And yeah,
Oversees my endeavors
Keeps its beady sort of reptilian draconian eye on what's going on. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, as I
fantastic.
say, it manifests itself with each book in a different way, physically, psychophysically, in dream states and in intense states of physical energy. So it's a living presence and a true totem of the current.
Let's have a look one more time, if we may, at the dragon, which is the anchor for this.
Yeah, it's a fierce looking creature.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Say it
That's
clutches the
right.
pearl of illumined consciousness in one claw. It's a wonderful, wonderful condensation of so many traditions and cultures and ideas and experiences.
Peter Mark Adams, thank you very, very much for sharing that draconian wisdom with us. And thanks for sharing your magical thing, Peter. It's really appreciated.
It's my pleasure, Julian. Lovely, lovely to talk to you.
And you, my friend. See you soon. Cheerio.
Take care.